Everybody, we're going to go ahead and do the gizmos together. This gizmos is the graphing skills gizmo, and let's go ahead and start it off. So we're going to go ahead and go to the gizmos website, and I'll go ahead and share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to go ahead and log in and enroll. I've already logged in with my stuff. I'm going to click into my period, click into the gizmo itself, and go ahead and click launch. So when I launch the gizmo, I'm going to have it just about here. All right, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pull up my PDF. So I'll go ahead and share the tab. This is it, Cami, or Cami if you want to pronounce it that way. I'm going to go ahead and open up the PDF from my computer where I saved it. I'll go to Graphing Skills. And here we go. All right, I'll go ahead and put my name up here at the top. Just put Mr. Hill. Here it says text box. Went ahead and click there. All right, today's date. I'm gonna put that. It's okay. Dismiss that a little bit. Today's date, you just put it right there. And let's go ahead and start us off. All right, so before we use the gizmo, we're gonna answer these questions. We got 4 different types of graphs. We got a bar graph, a line graph, looks like a pie chart, scatter plot. Where have we seen these graphs used? You could have seen them lots of different places. See, I've seen it in textbooks before. You might have seen it in the news. There's lots of different graphs you'll see in the news. Shoot, there's tons of places. Feel free to type in whatever places you've seen them. What I've seen before is people said, I've seen it in actual pie. Yeah, sure, feel free. I'm just going to put etc. for now. Feel free to add your own info there. All right. Now, why do you think graphs are useful? Now, for me, I'm going to use a complete sentence in this one. I'll say graphs are useful because they display information in an easily seen way. Right, and again, you can have some kind of variation on that, but that's one thing that I see is graphs being very useful for. It's easy to see the information, to see the data. All right, so the gizmo warm-up, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I start with the bar graph on the right, data set to the left. Practice using the gizmo by doing the following. Write a title. So let's go to our dude right here. Now, how do we make a title? Type right in here. Let's make a title of this. It looks like I'm dealing with, it says animal speed data. So I'll say animal speed. And then bingo, right? Label the vertical and horizontal axes. So it looks like to me, this is going to be the animal on the bottom. So what type of animal? So I'll put type of animal. And then on this side, I'll go ahead and put, it appears it's speed in kilometers per hour. So I'll say speed, parentheses, kilometers per hour. Okay. I'll edit my title now that I see it's like, oh, types of animals on this side, and speed in kilometers per hour. I'll say animal speed. We'll say comparative animal speed. There we go. So lots of different types of animals and their speed right there. Okay, I'm going to go back to my PDF here. Okay, now it says change the scale of the vertical axis. All right, so I'll go here and let's change this tab here. So I want to change it, make it smaller, make it bigger. Now it looks like based on this cheetah, I'm going to go to 112, so I want to make it a little bit bigger there. All right, drag the bars up and down, make sure I'm able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Voila. Right about there. Okay, not too bad. Let's go back to our PDF itself. Okay, so it says use the graph type dropdown to select the other types. All right, so on a line graph, and this is stuff you guys can do on your own, just kind of play around with it for a little bit. Feel free to do that again at your own leisure. But let's go ahead and go down to activity A, right? So get the gizmo ready. On the challenge menu, select create graph. So I'm gonna go over here. Okay, challenge, create graph. Okay, solid. Looks pretty good to me. What else do I need? On the graph type, select bar graph. Looks like we're already on a bar graph. And hey, looks like we're already at our animal speed data. Bingo. All right, so goal, build a bar graph based on the data table. So to create a graph, blah, 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 looks like create a title for the graph. Hey, we did that, label it, already did that. Pick the best choice. All right, not too bad. We gave it space for that cheetah. And then drag each bar to match the data. Oh man, okay, so let's see if we can do that. Looks like cheetah's 112, that's close enough. Elephant's at 40, throw it up there. The hare is 56. So, geez, it's a fast bunny. And then the horse is at 72. Right about midline there. Humans at 34. All right, and keep in mind this is kilometers per hour, not miles. And the ostrich is at 66. So if you don't reach 34 miles an hour, it's okay. It's very difficult to do that. Okay, so far so good, I think. Let's go back to our instructions. So we did that. Number 2, check your work. Click check to see how well you did. What's your accuracy score? Oh, it looks like I gotta click check. Okay, so let's share here. Now there's a check button right here in the middle. Go ahead and click that. Accuracy score is 94. All right, you know, that's close, not too bad. But I'll go back here and put in my score. I'll say my score was 94. What vertical scale did you choose? How much does each horizontal line in the graph represent? Well, it looks like each line is about 20. So vertical scale used about 20 kilometers per hour. Okay, so revise. Click show value on mouse over, move the cursor. All right, sweet. So we just got to fix it till it hits 100. So show values. All right, now let's see if we can get this perfect. Move it up to 112, looks good. This guy, the elephant, went 40, perfect. The hare is at 52, we want to go to 56. Yeah, stay there. And then the horse, we want to go to 72. Hey, cash money. Human, 34. Hey. And ostrich, hey, get down there. You're supposed to be 66. Sweet. Okay, so far so good. Let's go back to our instructions right here. All right, to show your work, click the camera, blah, blah, blah. Let's skip this part right here. Just don't worry about that at all. Almost want to just erase that and be like, go away, go away. But we'll go ahead and go back to text box. So number 4, so just ignore the like take a picture thing. Interpret which of these animals is the fastest. I'm gonna go with the cheetah. And then which one is the slowest? I'll just double check, click back on there, you go. Looks like the elephant is. Great, okay, so now go to number 5, click new and make the next bar graph. So I'll go back to our tab here. It says new, bingo. Okay, now it looks like a whole bunch of crazy data about life expectancy. Let's see what we need here. Let's see if it'll tell us there. Ah, that's nice. I want to go back to our PDF to make sure we check all the boxes though first, okay? So what country has the highest life expectancy? The lowest? And then does anything about the graph surprise you? So let's go ahead and use A and B. Follow the instructions on here. Back to our gizmo. We go ahead and see what's the biggest one. It looks like 86. Japan's the highest, so kind of shrink this down a little bit. I guess not, JK. Start with the graphs in. So we'll say countries, and this side is going to be lifespan, years, right, and we'll write the graph title. We'll say country life expectancy. Looks good to me. Let's just drag next. So we'll drag the bars to create the graph as best we can. Andorra will go up to 84. Perfect. China is going to be 76. All right, France is 82. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, India is 65. Iraq is 67. All right, Japan is 86. USA is 80. And Zambia is 56. Cool. All right, and I'll go back to our PDF. So country has the highest life expectancy. Obviously, we could have answered that without doing the graph, but it makes it a little bit quicker. So we'll say the highest life expectancy is Japan. Put in parentheses 86. Lowest is, I think it was Zambia, right? Yeah, Zambia is at 56. Does anything about the graph surprise you? Yeah, I would say it's low life expectancy in Zambia. I'll just turn that into a complete sentence. Surprised me. All right, skip number 6 because obviously we're doing this a little differently. Forget number 6 for that thing. Let's go to activity B. I think this is one of the last few ones. Here we go. All right, so line graphs and pie charts. Under graph type, select line graph. All right, and then we'll go to temperature data. So here we go. We're going to line graph. We're going to go until we hit temperature. Hey, there we go. Okay, so now that we've got temperature, let's go back to our instructions. So create graph. All right. We're going to try that with our temperature. So let's go ahead and create it on here. Share this tab. So it looks like I'm going to shrink my thing pretty far. There we go. Perfect. And I'll put at the bottom, I'll put days. And on this side, I'm going to go ahead and put temperature. All right, and we'll go ahead and stretch it to Sunday. Looks like it's 8. Monday was at 19. And Tuesday is 27. Yep. There it is. Wednesday is 31. Thursday is 29. Friday is 16. And Saturday is 13. All right, now temperature, if you look at the temperature, this is obviously going to be in degrees Celsius. So I'm going to put C in parentheses here. And let's come up with a title, say temperature data over time. Time is our x-axis here. All right, let's go ahead and check. Bingo, accuracy 100%. Wow, so amazing. Go back here and say our accuracy score was 100. Okay, show values. Yep, we did it. Got 100. Hooray. What day was the hottest? It looks like it's going to be Wednesday, and then the coldest was Sunday. So, okay, the hottest was Wednesday. Coldest was Sunday. Fine. All right. I'm feeling pretty confident about this one. Let's go to pie charts. Pie charts, so create a graph. Pie charts are used to show proportional data. Blah, 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 blah. Perfect. Let's go and see if we can figure this out. Select pie chart. Doesn't say exactly which one to do, so we'll go ahead and give it a shot. Pie chart. Okay, it's going to give us an automatic one. So I'll go ahead and see what I can do here. Apple is going to be 36, so I'll swing this dude over here. And then other is going to be 18. Enlarge it to 18. Cherry is 8. Pumpkin was 12. That leaves pecan for 26. Cool. So far, so good. Adjusted that. Let's see what we need. Show values and labels. Great. Create a title. All right. And then we can interpret what was the most popular pies. Looks like the most popular one, singular, was pecan. And it looks like it's plural for pie. So we'll check the other one here and we'll see. Oh, just kidding. It's apple and then pecan. See, that's why we double check our one. Apple and pecan. Oh, looks good. Think we're solid. Yeah, we could skip number 10 because I think we're about good on this one. All right, last one. Activity C. Challenge, create graph, scatter plot. All right. We need studying and score data. So let's go ahead and go to create graph, scatter plot, studying and score data. There we are. Perfect. Now let's see what else we need to know here. Okay, create a graph. Sweet. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Write a title, label the axes. Okay, and then adjust and drag and drop. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the top. They already have a title here, so I'm just going to steal that for now. Studying and score data. On the bottom, let's go ahead and make that a, we'll say time, because I always like doing time is our x-axis. And then this is going to be your score. All right, so score over time. Again, when possible, try to make time your x-axis. It's just going to help you in life. Just trust me on that one. Okay, now let's show our instructions. Write the graph title, check. Label vertical axis, check. Label horizontal axis, check. Scale it. We'll do that. And then, aha, we're going to drag the points to create the graph. Sweet. So let's start with Monsieur Robert. Time 40, so it looks like he was at time 40 and up at 98. All right, perfect. Then we'll go Griselda, 5 and 58. So time was 5, 58 was score. Okay, Maria was 15 and 89. 15 and 89 there. Almost. Come on, buddy. Yeah. All right, and then Carlos was 30 and 87. So we'll say time was 30, 87 score. Cool. Patrick was 5 and 47. Come on, Patrick. Why? 5 and 47. Muriel is 15 and 68. So 15, and then we'll go up to 68 here. Almost there. Come on. Yes, thank you, mouse. Harold, 20 and 78. 20 minutes. Got 78. Go back. Stay at 20. Yeah. And then Alicia, 35 and 99. 35 minutes and a 99. Wow, so impressive. 35.99. There it is. Sweet. All right, I think we're solid on that. Let's go back to our PDF. Okay, check, check, check. Boom, check your work. Okay, well, we can do that. I'll go ahead and hit check. 94, oh man. Close. So let's see. Patrick was 5, oh, he's 5 and 48. So let me put this in the PDF. So accuracy score is 94. So I'm going to go ahead and click 94 in here on my PDF. I'll put down 94. I wasn't perfect, guys. I'm so sorry. Totally fine. What we're going to do is adjust till we get 100. So we'll go back to our tab. All right, let's fix this. Griselda's 57. We want her to be 58. Patrick was 5 and 48. He should be 5 and 47. Who else do we need to fix? Muriel should be 15 and 68. So cool. Who else is left? Stay at 15. There you go. Last one. All right. 34. She should be at 35. Bingo. Yeah, now we got 100. Sweet. All right, so that's good for me on that one. So that's number 3. Interpret. Based on the graph, will studying help you do well on test? Well, great question. Let's look. So looking at this, it looks like we got a line going up from here. So it looks like the more time you spend studying, the better on this test, at least, the better they did. So I'm gonna go with yes, and we'll get into like correlation and causation and all that as we go through the year. But so far, I think we can just take a generality and say, it looks like these are connected. That the more time you put in, the better score you get. So we'll stick with that, and I'll say based on the graph. So using the first sentence, based on the graph, it appears that studying will help you do well on a test. Cool. And explain. So we'll say test because the data shows and I'm going to hit enter to get it down here, positive correlation between the two variables. We could just make it simpler and we'll say just between the two. You could say 2 items, you could say 2 whatever. We'll just say between the two. Now, positive correlation means that the more studying, so the more studying plus plus, the more score plus plus. If it was the opposite, if it was like, hey, the graph is going the opposite direction, then it would be a negative correlation. But this is a positive correlation, like, hey, they both seem to go together. Okay, so we'll go ahead and say extend your thinking. The studying versus score scatter plot shows an example of positive relationship. Oh, there we go. Well, I'm over here saying positive correlation. You could use the word positive relationship if you want. Negative relationship is just obviously the opposite of that. Cool. Which graphs show in the GIZMO show positive relationship? In this case, I'm going to go with a positive thing being the one that we just went through, right? Studying and score. I think that's solid. So we'll say studying and score. Graphs showed enter. Okay, stretch it all the way over. Bummer. Showed positive relationship. Right, and we haven't really done a negative one here. All right, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna be straight up and be like, we not done a negative relationship. Right, I'm sure we could play with a few more, but good enough for me. Okay, so then what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and make sure my stuff is good, right? Make sure my date's on there. I also want to put my period, so I'm gonna say name's Mr. Hill, and I'm part of period 1 or whatever period you're in. Just put that there, right? Period blank. Put the date on it, and then up at the top right hand corner, you see where it says download. You can save it, download it, whatever you want to do. It's kind of up to you, but I'm gonna go ahead and save it to make sure I'm solid. and I'm going to upload it to my Google Drive. Just trust me on this one. Let's just do Google Drive for a little bit. Yes, I'll authorize it. It's going to upload, and then I should be good to go. All right, so now it's saved there, but I'm going to double make sure I cover all my bases where it says download. I'm going to click download as well to my computer with the annotations. Don't forget to do that, right? And this already has graphing skills. I'm going to go ahead and put my name on this as well. So Mr. Hill, and then put my period. So if it's period 1, I put that. All right, I'll put a little dash to make sure it's clear. Perfect, looks good. Begin export. Bada boom, bada bing. It is now saved in a PDF in my downloads folder, so I can access it there. Okay, so that is our quick little thing about our gizmo together. So feel free to go through and copy that down, or however you want to access that is cool with me. All right, see you guys.